later today to outline some of their priorities. The briefing will begin at 1 p.m. Hawaii County Mayor Kimo Alameda, Maui County Mayor Richard Bisson, Kauai's Mayor Derek Kawakami, and Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi will all be taking part.
In Capitol Hill, the House passed a four-bill spending package last week, and it's now in the Senate to avert a partial government shutdown before January 30th. Joining us to share more is Congressman Ed Case. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Aloha. Good to be home.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Warmer, I'm sure.
Much warmer.
All right, so let's get straight into it with the tensions growing in Minnesota, which kind of actually ties into one of the bills that was sent to the Senate because it funds the Department of Homeland Security, which the Democrats kind of resisted. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, what's happening in Minnesota is straight out wrong, legally and morally. We do need to enforce our immigration laws, but we cannot do it by simply surrendering our values. Government has to reflect values, and the values that are being reflected in Minnesota are not our American values. You can't kill somebody for taking cell phone pictures of law enforcement. You can't send 3,000 federal law enforcement into a state, not because you have concerns with immigration, but because you don't like that governor or you don't like some of the other policies. These are all things that are not right, and they have to be stopped. And in the Congress, unless the president is somehow going to decide that what he's doing is a mistake, which I doubt, and unless the Republican majority in Congress are going to stand up and say, no, this is not right for the country, then the only real way to control the behavior of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement is not to fund the activities that they're carrying out. And that's what's happening in Congress right now. I voted against the Department of Homeland Security bill last week. For that reason, I voted for all 11 of the other appropriations bills, but not this one because the enforcement was not there, the oversight was not there, and that is what's going to play out in the Senate this week. And yes, there is a risk that unless this is resolved, we will at least have a partial denial of funding at the end of this month. We've already passed half the bills, so we're talking about the other half now. What should happen is that 5 of those 6 remaining bills should pass out of the Senate, no problem, go to the president, get signed. But Homeland Security cannot allow this to continue, and this debate has to happen in Congress right now around funding.
So do you think that's going to be the sticking point that would lead to a partial government shutdown if tensions do not lessen in Minnesota?
Absolutely. That is the key sticking point right now to passing the Department of Homeland Security bill. So remember, that's one of 12 of the bills. We should be able to pass the other 5 remaining ones without a problem. So big ones that I've worked very, very hard on, the Defense Department and many others with major funding for our Hawaii here. But the Homeland Security bill is the focal point of any real congressional oversight of the actions of ICE in Minnesota and elsewhere today, which are wrong.
You know, the state legislature just opened, and we're going into this with possibly some uncertainty with the federal government in terms of budget. What can you do to help with the federal funding here for the state? Well,
first of all, it's not possibly. This is going to be a federal budget-constrained environment for the state. I'm going to go to Governor Green's State of the State to participate with my colleagues in state and county government. I'm going to meet with all of the Republican and Democratic caucuses in the House this week, and I'm going to carry the same message that I did last year, which is big caution sign, big yellow light in terms of funding, in terms of budget priorities. Be very, very careful with the people's money here because the federal government is going to be uncertain. My job is to maximize that funding, to tailor it to what is needed for our state, to continue my service on the Appropriations Committee, where I'm in my 8th year now, where we've had great success with the delegation in terms of getting that money, including in the Trump administration. We are going to try as hard as we can to continue that. But the headwinds against that are stronger than they ever have been, for a long time at least. So, big caution.
Well, thank you very much for that insight, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. I look forward to everybody joining my talk stories this week. Case.house.gov. 6 straight talk stories across my district. I want to hear from people. I want to interact with people. Yeah. This is democracy.
Perfect. And then again, the website for people to get that schedule.
Case.house.gov.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Congressman Case.
Thank you.